It is time for Deal or No Deal, and we're starting this morning, lads, with Manchester United, and we're starting with Toby Alderweireld, who of course has been a previous target for Manchester United. The Spurs centre-half, reportedly, according to Football Italia, he's a target for Serie A side Roma. Although he is 30 years old, could Manchester United do worse than make a move for him? Would he not serve as a better stopgap while they search for someone that ought to be better than Harry Maguire?
So you want to go, it's Alderweireld or Maguire, it's not both?
Not both.
How much does Alderweireld going for?
You're looking like it's mid-20s, isn't it? It's around 30, isn't the bio? There's a bio clause there. So
yeah, I would definitely take Alderweireld for 25-30 ahead of Harry Maguire for 80 million.
Yeah, I know. Like there's a thing like United's policy now. They want to sign younger players, but you know, Alderweireld is 30, but he plays in a position where he could be in a quality defender for the next 3 or 4 years. I'd
say he could even get 5 or 6. He looks like a fella who looks after himself.
Also as well, like he's got it going on upstairs. He knows.
Yeah.
He knows that even if he was to lose a little bit of pace, he's intelligent enough to know how to deal with that.
Yeah, it's what United need is experience in that particular position, alongside, say, the likes of Lindelof. The other thing as well is another centre half. His transfer deal was confirmed last night. De Ligt to Juventus.
Yeah.
And how much was it for? £67.5 million.
Steal.
I would take De Ligt for 67.5.
If United try to sign him, he becomes 100. This is, we always, like, it's the United tax. They just get absolutely shafted because people know they are rebuilding. They're trying to get back to the top, so they think this is one of the richest clubs in the world. Let's charge another 20 or 30 million. It's like when you go to America and you buy something in the shop and you think, oh, that's cheap enough, and then they press a few buttons and they put the tax onto it and they're like, oh, it wasn't as cheap as I thought it was going to be.
So Leicester City, according to the Telegraph, have promised Harry Maguire he can leave if Manchester United or Manchester City eclipse the £75 million Liverpool paid for Virgil van Dijk. So basically, they're saying we want a world record transfer fee for a defender, please, and you can leave.
Like, they're basically saying Maguire is worth more than Van Dijk.
Kind of. Has the market not moved on a little bit since January 2018?
It has. But you remember when Liverpool paid 75 million for Van Dijk? A lot of
eyebrows raised.
Yeah, they just thought that's madness. Like, this is a guy that plays for Southampton. What are they doing? And
it'd be more than eyebrows raised if Maguire goes for 80 million quid.
Yeah, but he's going to improve the team.
But listen, he's a decent enough defender, okay?
Yeah.
He can play the ball, he can come out of defence, but he's just so cumbersome. He's just so awkward, and against set pieces I wouldn't be feeling too safe in him. Yeah.
That's actually something as well we haven't even mentioned. Alderweireld's distribution, his quality, he is the master of that diagonal. Like, he can ping it about 50, 60 yards, and that's always a handy thing to have in your locker as well.
So Tottenham are willing to pay Real Madrid £54 million for former forward Gareth Bale, but Spurs have told the Spanish giants they would not be able to afford the Wales international's reported 600 grand a week wages, funnily enough. If Real Madrid are up for letting Gareth Bale go, but you have to pay 300 grand a week for Gareth Bale, on, say, a loan deal, would you do it? Like, I presume £54 million. Whatever that is, that's actually an irrelevant point that they could pay £54 million, because the big thing here is the 600 grand. And Gareth Bale is not going to leave, regardless of what the transfer fee is, unless he's getting 600 grand at Spurs. And I think there's no point having a discussion about that, because Spurs are not going to do that. But would you take Gareth Bale for a year on loan if Real Madrid gave you half a hand with the wages?
Would Spurs even do the 300 grand a week? Because that messes up their whole structure.
It does, hugely.
Yeah.
I mean, they keep having to break their own rules to say, like when they wanted Harry Kane signed this new deal, and there's so many players. We've mentioned Alderweireld. The reason he hasn't signed the new contract is because he's not getting what he's worth in his eyes.
Does Gareth Bale take a wage cut to revive his career?
He has to. He absolutely has to, because if he doesn't, he's going to be kicking his heels
his birthday
at Real Madrid.
Happy birthday, Gareth.
He's 30. He's 30 today.
Yeah,
he's only 30.
He has to take a pay cut. I'm sorry, but it's the only way out for him. You either hang around Real Madrid, see out the rest of your contract, or else if you want to actually play some football, you'll have to take the pay cut, because no club is going to pay that ridiculous salary that he's getting paid at
he's definitely he's fallen off, like, in terms of where he was, because even think back to the internationals a few months ago, he missed a really good chance for Wales. And he just didn't look sharp. The Hungary game, Wales, they lost to Hungary, and he missed a chance that Gareth Bale, in his prime, just puts away no bother. So the only way he's going to get back to being the player that he was is by playing regularly.
And the thing is, well, his game was always built on pace. You know, and the older he's getting, the slower he gets, and he doesn't. I don't know, like, can he convert himself like Ronaldo into some sort of a pseudo striker? But you know, he's just. The guy needs to get out of there and needs to get playing football quick.
Quick one on this. The Independent are reporting that Manchester United are primed to make a bid for Sporting's Bruno Fernandes, looking to set the costs at the guts of £50 million here. So is there a chance that this could be another Fred situation?
Yeah, like, I don't know how serious this is, because he's constantly been linked with United, but there doesn't seem to be anything concrete. Like with Maguire, it seems to be a bit more realistic, and we hear a lot more about it. But he certainly would. Like, there's definitely a place in the team for him.
They're going to make a bid within the next 3 weeks, according to the Independent.
3 weeks.
Like, what's
why
that
are they
about?
taking
Like,
so long? Just do the bloody put.
They're on the beach in Australia. You got to take your holidays, Steve-O.
It's ridiculous. Well, like, whoever's looking after transfers, is it Woodward? Has he got somebody else? Just stay at home. You don't need to be in Australia with the rest of the squad.
He's not, to be fair. But while the cat's away, the mouse will play. Maybe he's just saying that the team aren't in the country. I can do whatever I want. Bruno Fernandes.
Bananas, isn't it? Just put the deal in, or put the deal through.
Yeah. I want to get your take on this, Steve-O. So Arsenal remain in negotiations with Celtic over a deal for 22-year-old Scotland left-back Kieran Tierney after failing with a second bid for the defender that is thought to have been for £25 million. This is from the Evening Standard.
Listen, I think if Arsenal want to take one of the best left-backs in European football to the Emirates from Parkhead, come in with a bid of 40 million and then we'll start talking. You know,
so the same as their bid for Wilfried Zaha, you think Kieran Tierney is worth what Arsenal think Wilfried Zaha is worth?
Like 40 million for Wilfried Zaha is laughable as well. But I just think 25 million for Kieran Tierney. We're looking here at a very young player. He's only 21. This guy has got a huge future ahead of him.
But is he right now one of the best fullbacks in Europe?
Yeah, one of the best left backs, definitely, without a doubt. This Kieran Tierney has everything. He can defend, he can attack, he can put crosses in, he can score goals, he can do it all. I saw him playing for Scotland in a back three to accommodate himself and Andy Robertson, and he played on the left of the back three and played very well. This guy is so adaptable. Now the thing is, if I'm Kieran Tierney, I'm thinking, do I want to take the chance with Celtic and go play Champions League football, go win another Scottish Premier League title, let's help Celtic go for the historical 10 in a row, or do I want to get down to Arsenal where I'm just going to get abused every week by all the fans because they're not happy where the club's being run. The club is a basket case. They've got no chance of qualifying for the Champions League. They're not playing in the Champions League. Like, what do you do? Like, Parkhead to me. And the thing about Tierney is as well, he is a Celtic supporter. He's a through and through Celtic supporter. So he will want the club, if he won't want to leave in the first place, but he knows he will have to at some stage. So if he is going to leave, he'll want the club to get as much money as they possibly can for him. And if they don't get 40 million quid, he won't go. And I think he might actually hang around for an extra season. His value will be even more next season, and then the club can really make big cash on him.
Last point, deal or no deal. Bristol City's Irish midfielder is reportedly being targeted by fellow Championship club Fulham. It's being reported by Sky sources. Could this be a solid advance?
Callum O'Dowda.
Yeah, what did I say? Oh, sorry, yeah, Callum O'Dowda. I didn't actually mention the name.
We had to fill in the blank. It's okay. It's okay. We knew who you meant. I don't know what to expect from Fulham because they were so good in the Championship. They came up, they spent a load of money, and so they've changed managers as well. Now they've got a lot of players that don't want to play Championship football, but we know Callum O'Dowda was certainly coming into some really good form, linked with the move to Leeds.
Yeah.
Then he got the injury. He's a player I always think should be starting for Ireland once he's fit. But Fulham, you'd imagine they'll be challenging for promotion. Bristol City tend to be around the playoff places, but they're really stretching and overachieving to get there, whereas Fulham seems like it'd be a better move for them.
Yeah, I think Fulham have the ability to go back up. Scott Parker, he did turn the team around in the closing stage of the season. If I was Callum O'Dowd, I'd take that offer.
Yeah, it sounds like a great move.
Fulham. Yeah.
Brilliant deal or no deal today, lads. Enjoyed your company. Thanks, Benny, for popping in. Steve, as always. Phil, we'll see you again tomorrow morning.